Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for clicking on this video. I hope you are doing well. So we are still doing some episodes that have to do with the teaching profession in general, and for those who want to apply for the CRMF entrance exam in particular. So today we are going to talk about a new topic, a new subject. This has to do with reciprocal teaching. So today we are going to talk about reciprocal teaching. So this topic or this way of teaching, you might be asked about it either in the oral exam or the written exam, so it's good to have an idea about it. So reciprocal teaching is a way of teaching, it's a strategy, it's a process of teaching reading comprehension. And the rationale or the main objective of this strategy is to boost and improve the reading comprehension. So, or in other words, we can say to help students understand the text better and better. Okay, now the first thing that I have to know about this strategy or this process of teaching, reciprocal teaching, is that we have 4 stages in this process. Number 1 is what we call predicting, then we have clarifying, questioning, and summarizing. Okay, so these are the 4 stages we have in this process. So the way we use this strategy in teaching reading is that you have as a teacher to put the student into groups of 4, but you can have them more than 4. So we are going to have here 2 ways, either 4 students or more than 4 students. So we are going to talk about the 2. So if you decide to put the student into 4, so you have to give a role for each student. So one, for example, is going to be clarifier, and the other one we are going to be the predictor, and then questioner, and then summarizer. So we have to give the role for each. You can give them in cards, for example. One card for this as questioner, then clarifier, predictor, and summarizer, for example. Or themselves, they can divide the role in the group. Okay, so here what you are going to do is very simply, students, for example, in this case, the predictor is going to predict and lead the prediction phase, and then the clarifier is going to clarify. And here we'll talk about clarifying, we talk about clarifying some words, expressions that are not clear for students. So for example, this student is going to ask for a word that he or she did not understand. The other ones will try to explain it. The questioner is going to ask question, the other student answer, and also leads the questioning phase. Maybe other student will ask question, and the other students in the group will ask another question and give the floor to each one to answer the question. Okay, then the summarizer is going to summarize what the text is about and gives the floor to the other student to summarize, and he or she can write the summary on his papers or notebook. Okay, so this is what this way is all about. So each one has a role, and he or she leads the phase or the role he is concerned with. For example, as I said, predictor is going to predict and give the floor to the other student to predict, and so on. So as you can see here, this way encourages discussion, group discussion between students. This is number 1. Number 2, maybe sometimes you might have more than 4 students. And if you have more than 4 students, for example, 5 or 6 or 7, here you have to choose or ask the group to choose one leader of the group, and that leader is going to monitor and lead the group. For example, in the predicting phase is going to give the floor and ask student to predict, and he might write predictions, and the clarifying, he is going to give the floor and lead the clarifying phase, and so on and so forth. One student is going to lead the discussion. Okay, so this is in case we have more than 4 or 5 students. So this is how we can use the reciprocal teaching for teaching reading, and as you can see, this is full of discussion and speaking skills, so it is good for integrated skills. So we integrate a lot of skills like speaking. You can writing also is integrated and the reading is also integrated. Okay, so the importance, as I said, the importance of this way or this strategy or this process is to deepen student understanding of the text and also to encourage the leading skill, to encourage students to speak, etc. And also to encourage students to have self-confidence in leading the groups. Okay, all right, so the role of the teacher here is to monitor the class, try to go between groups and listen to what students are saying. The teacher can also interfere to help, okay, etc. So these are examples of the roles of the teacher in this process. So it is 100% student-centered process, student-centered class for teaching reading. Okay, so this is a good way actually for teaching reading. I hope you find it easy to understand. It is easy to implement, to use in your classroom. Okay, so I hope you understand this. See you in another episode. Have a good time and goodbye.